Greetings and welcome to Nathan Lyle Official. If you've never seen my face in a video before, my name is Nathan Lyle and this is my personal channel where I do vlogs, reviews, and anything else that happens to catch my fancy. And to this is Rants and Rambles, a video where normally once a week, if I feel like it, I'll just sit here and complain about my life for 30 minutes just to get some shit off my chest. But it's actually been a solid week, sort of. Been a fairly relaxing week, gotten some stuff done. Census came in, got that out of the way like 5-10 minutes. It's like when your census comes in, man, just do it. It's important, you know. But yeah, that's done. Got my tax return money back. Yay, bank account got that boost, which is good because, you know, with the whole corona thing going on, there's a chance that my job could end up getting paused for a little bit. Like, I don't know for sure anything's going to happen, but I overheard the bosses talking about how, you know, if we don't make any money at all, we're talking zero, no customers, then they could sustain payroll for like 2 weeks and at most, and how there are other restaurants already saying like, yeah, they're definitely gonna have to close down for at least a couple weeks or whatever, wait for this to pass over. Because we did have a day on Friday where I ended up only working like 5.5 hours because like we had 20 reservations and all but one of them canceled. And that's just like, wow. I don't mind a slow day, but that's just scary. Like, especially when you're like the one owning the business. Like, I feel for your boss. I feel for you. Just, cause like me personally, I'm not that afraid of corona. Like, I'm more afraid of the cops than I am coronavirus. And I'm gonna treat both of them with a moderate amount of caution. You know, like, let's not freak the fuck out, but let's not take any unnecessary risk and put ourselves in additional danger. And everyone, it's like, okay, social distancing is one of the best ways to fight it. And I'm like, all right, done. Been doing that since I was 12. So got that covered. Now I just gotta start actually washing my hands every now and then. Which I have been doing. Like I said, you know, I'm taking at least bare minimum precautions. And I'm trying not to touch my face. It's hard. Because you don't realize how much you do something until you have to actively try not to do it. Never realized how many times on a normal day I actually touch my face. But that's also the scary thing about the whole thing, because even if you take adequate precautions, the possibility does still exist. Because I think, like, there's a good chance that like 50 to 80% of America is still gonna get coronavirus in the first place. But good news is, like, 80% of the people who do get it, as long as you just take some time off and just, you know, take a couple of days to relax, eat some soup, and take care of yourself, you know, it'll just pass. You know, unfortunately, this is America. You know, and I think I've heard that they're talking in Congress about getting people paid sick leave, but I still think that's only going to be for like government jobs too, though. You know, the everyday laborers like us, unless like I happen to get sick at the same time that the restaurant just happens to shut down because we can't get customers. That's like the only hope. But either way, because otherwise it's gonna be like, oh, I'm out for 2 weeks because I'm sick, and then we shut down for 2 weeks because we can't get anyone, and then hopefully I can go a month without a paycheck. I can go a few months without a paycheck. I've got a decent account. I got some decent money spent up in my bank accounts. I'd rather not spend it, because for one thing, I definitely would have to pause, you know, some of my pursuits. I'm trying to get book 2 out published right now for Toxic. Now book 2's already done, and now it's a matter of getting it pushed out. And then, you know, book 3, it's being, you know, colored right now, so that really shouldn't take too much longer. And then hopefully book 4, we're gonna try our best to kind of just rush through it and get it done by August. It shouldn't be too difficult. And then that way I can have that published and pushed out before Thanksgiving. Because if I don't get it out by Thanksgiving, good chance you're not going to see it till Valentine's Day, if I learned anything from last year. So yeah, I'm going to try to get that out as quick as possible. But yeah, business has been suffering because of Corona. And I get it, because like me, I'm worried about ordering any fast food, whether it be like pizza delivery or getting like sushi on DoorDash or anything. It's like I hesitate to eat any food that I didn't see it prepared. Especially because I'm seeing on this news stories about guys who are like, yeah, I'm sick, but I still like I can't. I need my money, so I'm still going to work. So you do have people who like are gonna still keep doing their deliveries and stuff even when they are infected. So once again, it's one of those things where don't freak the fuck out, but I'm gonna take some precautions. So yeah, not getting any deliveries until guaranteed that the virus is passed, just to like keep myself protected as well as save a little money in case that rainy day that we all dread does come, where either I'm sick or the restaurant shuts down, or once again, knowing my luck, it could happen concurrently. This happens, then this happens, and I end up just getting a month without a paycheck, which once again will not completely ruin my life, but it will make it me it will be a very unpleasant sight to see my bank account shrink like that. But I'm still joking about it with a lot of my friends. Not as bad as Gobert, but it's like, that's one good thing about having friends who are not indoor people, because they're not on the internet as much as me. So I can steal jokes that I saw on the internet and just say those. And just quote a lot of my favorite songs from middle school. Like, because that's when I went to work, saw something on Twitter, and just started telling everybody at work, like, just get a 12-pack of some Corona beer, and then call your boss, say, hey man, I can't go to work, got a case of Corona. They're all like, damn, that's smart, I didn't even think about that. And I'm like, neither did I, saw it on Twitter. I didn't tell them that, I thought that part in my head, but still. And so yeah, I've just been quoting Chingy all week. Haven't you wanted a vacation, man? Just get a 12-pack of Corona and an ounce of Dro, and just stay home. But no, it's gotta be Corona, because then you can tell your boss, hey, I got Corona, I can't come in. Hey man, it's been 3 days. You feeling better? Sorry, I still got Corona. I don't know. I might be. Probably, we'll see tomorrow. I might be out tomorrow. I mean, it might be gone. I might be cured tomorrow. We'll see. Speaking of middle school, I wanted to give you, well, first of all, there are times in my life when I've been listening to some more of the songs I used to listen to in middle school, and there are times in my life when I really wish that, like, my life really did have things like a soundtrack and narration and stuff as if it was a movie. Because something happened this weekend, and first of all, I have to preface this. When I tell the story, it's going to make me sound like a pig. Because, like, here's the thing. I may be mature and evolved, but I am still a man. And so I try not to think too little of me after hearing this, but I'm walking home from Dollar Tree, and there was a woman bending down over her car. I'm not sure what she was doing. She was inspecting it for something, or like looking underneath for something. She like bent down, she was looking at it, and she got up, walked over, bent down again. She just kept like moving around the front of her car, bending down, and I got hot and bothered. I'm not gonna lie. But the thing that makes that moment the most memorable is because like I'm walking home, I look over and I'm like, oh, there's a woman bending over. Oh, hello, wait, what? Ooh, thick. But here's the thing, like this, when I did the double take as I'm turning my head back, you know what song starts playing? So tight, so fly. You got me lifted. You got me lifted, you got me lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. And who is the ultimate feeling? You got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? And I'm like, damn, this is literally perfect timing. It's like as I'm turning my head, like, ooh, so tight. Hell yeah, so fly. Look at that thick, she got me lifted. I'm like, okay, like I just wish that I had more moments like that in my life. Well, like the song just, like I said, just starts playing. The right song starts playing at the right moment. Cause like, damn, that it almost never happens that perfectly and that cleanly. Because if at all, the majority of the time it's just like, oh, I got the song, I know what I need to hear right now, and let me put it on. But like that timing, it was just like, it just happened to stop. The exact right song just happened to stop playing at the exact right moment. But anyways, back to what I was gonna say before. I think I said it in one of my other videos. If I had been allowed to be, I would have been emo when I was in high school. Totally. I don't know if I'd have gone as far as wearing eyeliner, but you know, if black people had been allowed to be emo, that's the crowd I would have hung with. And so, I want to tell you some of my essentials for teenage angst. Okay? Short playlist. It's just going to be top 5 favorite songs that I listened to when I was an overly emotional sad boy teenager. And so, okay, first of all, the anthem, Good Charlotte. Okay? And then we go Simple Plan, Welcome to My Life. Honestly, those two essentially the same song in some ways, but not necessarily. And then Avril Lavigne, I'm With You. And then we're gonna go with 3 Days Grace, Never Too Late. And then one of my all-time favorites, Santana featuring Aerosmith's lead singer, Steven Tyler. Yes, Just Feel Better, Santana featuring Steven Tyler. It is. It's one of those songs that when you feel like you're pathetic and you just can't get anything right, that song's perfect for you. I'm shocked, honestly, because right now, I mean, it's been easy a week. It's been an easy week because, like I said, after Valentine's Day, we slowed. It's not, I mean, we're not dead. We still have customers here and there, but, like, we're not as busy as we could be, especially, like I said, with the whole Corona thing going on. I went from, you know, getting 10-hour days, 3 days in a row, to getting, like, all right, I'll get 10 hours over these 3 days. Like, I'll get a day off here and there. I'm working 4 to 6 hour days instead of 8 to 10 hour days. So, I'm not as exhausted as I have been. Today, I mean, I didn't get out till past midnight. I should be more exhausted than I am right now, but I'm just not feeling very tired. That being said, I very well acknowledge the possibility that as soon as I turn this camera off, I will try to stand up and my body's gonna be like, nope! And I'm just gonna fall asleep on the floor. There's a strong chance of that happening. So, before I turn this camera off, the one last thing I have to say, first of all, I've been putting it off, just haven't been in much of a mood for it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the Power Rangers fanfic video on Monday. And then, oh, that's what I forgot. Cause like this is gonna be a pretty chill weekend. So yeah, I'm gonna make some ice cream, some white chocolate ice cream, and I'm gonna make some grilled cheese. You know, I don't know why, I've just been in a grilled cheese mood lately. So I got a loaf of bread from work, gonna hit myself some cheese. And so yeah, pretty chill weekend. Gotta make one quick trip to Walgreens just to get some milk and some sliced cheese. Other than that, like, I'm set to go. Gonna be relaxing weekend. And then, Jesus, my legs are asleep. Don't worry, the rest of me is gonna follow soon. I was thinking about the whole book a year thing. I'm wondering if it also just depends, cause like if I'm actually able to make consistent money, I could do it more often. But what I want to try to do, instead of just standard a book a year, we're gonna try to do a comic book every single year, at least one. If I can do two or even three, that'll be great. But we're gonna try for just one or two, and then no, I'm gonna try that way. For it's more space. If it's more spaced out, I can just put a little more money towards higher quality art, and then with and in that same span, so I'm gonna do like every year. It'll be like Toxic, Marin's, Spirit World, then Toxic, Marin's, then Spirit World. If possible, like I said, if possible, we'll do more and do it quicker. I want to get as much of these things out as I can before I die. I also understand that I might never get through the entire story with any of them, but I want them to exist in the world. I want people to be able to see them. Because I was thinking about what I'm going to do next, and I realized, like, I started this in the first place because I just needed some sense of purpose in my life. I legitimately did not have a reason to wake up in the morning. But now that I've done it, I mean, the biggest anxiety I had was about would I be able to do it? Like, could I pull this off? And I think, on the one hand, in my head, I know, like, there's a chance I can put this out and I won't sell a single goddamn thing. And to be fair, I have barely sold anything. I mean, so far, I've made like 30 cents. So, yay. I mean, last year I made about $100, like $130, I think, total from my autobiography sales. So, yeah, things are slow going right now. But, here's the thing. I've reached the point where, like, now that I know I can do it, now that I know, okay, a comic book can be made, it can be put out into the world, I can have a printed copy in my hand. Now that I know, okay, I wrote a book and I put it out there and people read it, I've gotten some good responses. Now that I know it's possible, I feel like, okay, let's see how much more of this I can do, and let's try and get to a point where it is at least somewhat sustainable. And just, so yeah, like, comic book every single year, at least one, and then every 3 years I want to put out at least one book. Like, the first two I'm working on, well, one of them is just its own little thing. It's 13,000 words right now, and I'm working on, like, a final draft. I don't know if it's going to be the final draft I did, because, like, every draft I do, I've got the rough outline, which is, like, which is just, like, the very first draft of anything I write can be as little as one sentence sometimes. And then one sentence turns to two turns to a paragraph. So and it's like, okay, rough outline, then the first draft of the outline, then the second draft of the outline, then eventually, okay, I've got my story down. Now let's do the rough draft of the rough draft, and then the first draft of the rough draft, the second draft of the rough draft. Like, the rough draft of any draft is just, let's get it down so we know what we're doing. And then, first and second drafts are like double check for spelling errors and, like, is this the order I want to go in and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm in the final draft where, like, the story is what it is, and for the most part it's just tweaks here and there. Okay, for the next draft we're going to do spelling, and for this draft we're going to look for, okay, imagery, like, what can we improve here. So yeah, that one, I'm going to try to get it done. If I power through it, should be able to have something half decent by summer. And because part of me wants to get some of these things just, like, locked away. That way, if book four ends up being late, then I can put this, Forever I'm In out before Thanksgiving, and then I'll still be able to do, hey, I have my book for next year, put Toxic Volume 4 out. So we'll just see we'll just see what happens. But yeah, for me, like, I accomplished the original goal I set, so now I needed a new one. My first goal was just to write a story and put it out into the world. I've done that. And now it's like, tell as many of these stories as I can before I die. And part of me wants to get noticed, but also part of me knows that, like, hey, I think, didn't Picasso die in poverty? Now I got too many stories that I've spent too many years of my life wasting time on for me to just let them, die with me. I gotta put it out in the world. Even if the world doesn't read them until I've gone from the world. Like, I need to know that I've left something behind. Just a little something to let people know, bitch, I was here. I was here and I did something with my life, damn it. I'm going to bed. Wish me good health. Until the next time you see my face, have a good, Well, I can't remember my outro right now. Whatever. Bye. Good night.